In the first quarter of the Dolphins' Sunday loss to the Saints, Jay Cutler was split out wide on a Wildcat play and appeared to look completely disinterested. He stood there with his hands on his hips, and the play went nowhere. Cutler and Adam Gase talked about it yesterday. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, as soon as he steps forward, they can knock the – I won't say it, but they can hit him. If he steps back or doesn't move, now you're looking at different kind of penalties. Until you go through it where a quarterback steps up the ball and starts working downfield, and then you watch one of them get blasted. You know, I got a little experience, so I kind of know what I'm doing.
Sit there, don't get hit, don't touch anybody, don't move. And I feel like I executed that one.
Did you give him a hard time at all about the posture on that play?
No. You guys worry about a lot more things than I do.
We're joined by FS1 NFL analyst Ray Lewis. Shannon, let me start with you. Does Gase have a point?
No, we don't have a point. And to Jay Cutler's credit, that is the only play he executed that day. I thought Adam.
That's not true.
It is.
That's ridiculous.
What was the score of this ball game, Skip? Refresh the people's memory.
20-0.
So you mean to tell me this man they played for a whole game of football, 60 minutes of football?
So you're saying he missed every play that they called? I'm 0 for what, right?
I'm saying he did not execute the offense. If the quarterback, the most important position, the most important player, can't get his team in field goal range.
No, the point is you told me the Saints were going to be historically bad on defense, and now back-to-back weeks they've been really good on defense.
I mean, let them play.
Huh?
When you don't score no points, hell, I can be good on defense. Yeah. Let me finish my point. First of all, I fought Adam Gase for this. So he should tell you a little something about what he thinks of his offense and Jay Cutler. 4 minutes into the ball game, they running the gadget play with their starting quarterback. Now, have I seen Tom Brady be out there? Absolutely. But I guarantee you they're not running this 4 minutes into the ball game. And then he got his hands on his hips. So that what you diagrammed it. I know he said, look, I don't want you to put yourself in harm's way. I want you to stand there with your hands on your hips and pretend like what – I mean, can you fool them? Make them think that we might throw you a pass and then you throw it down the field? But that'd be asking too much. That'd be too much like right. Feel like my grandma used to say, boy, that's too much like right for you to do the right thing. Skip, this is a shit. And you defend this. This is what happens at Vanderbilt. When you go to Vanderbilt, you go to Vanderbilt.
I defend it?
This is Vanderbilt.
Oh, this is Vanderbilt.
Why should we be surprised?
Did you ever watch Jay Cutler at Vanderbilt when he was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year his last year there? Have you ever seen a tougher SEC quarterback than Jay Cutler was when he was running over linebackers at Florida and Tennessee? Check it out. Pull the tape.
I pull the tape for the last 11 years that he's been in the NFL. I pull that tape. You want to see that one?
You don't think he's been tough in the NFL?
Yeah, he ain't won no ball games. I don't want tough.
You know what? First of all, when you hear the story now, when you hear Adam Gase talk about this, it's almost crazy that they would come out and say this like right now. Like, yeah, I told him to stand there and absolutely do nothing. I mean, that just feels so great to people who are actually putting their physical body on the line every play, right, to actually go get something done. And if you're Jay Cutler, I just ask you this question: you wouldn't be offended if somebody else put their hands on their hips in the middle of a play? Like, it's like if this is Drew Brees, this is Tom Brady, this is anybody else, we're not having this conversation. But for him to carry that posture on a football field, that a live play is being ran. Like, you can line up in a wide receiver position. Everybody know how to line up in a wide receiver.
Exactly. Yeah. Hands on his.
Yeah. I mean, for just for him to take that approach, Skip, you got to actually, if I'm coming back to the huddle or if I'm on the sideline, I'm like, that's the quarterback of this team.
That's him.
With his hands on his hips. I mean, doing a play that we know, right, what Adam came out and said, we know for a fact, right, that he's saying, look, I told him not to get involved in this play. Yeah. I told him not to go hit nobody. I get that. But you can at least act like you're involved, you're engaged, and not on South Beach just hanging out.
Yeah. Defend your guy.
I am not going to defend my guy in the big picture, but in the very smallest picture about this play, they're exactly right. Because by the letter of the law, he did what he should have done, which is nothing. Give yourself up before the ball is snapped. Look like you're not involved in the play so that guy can't come and take a cheap shot at you. And you have said, anytime you have a shot at a quarterback on an interception return or whatever, you're going to take that shot, right?
Yeah, but with his hands on his hips, that's
okay. Get the wide receiver stance.
Right? Yeah. Just give it up, because even if you retreat on the play like you're going to catch a screen pass, that guy can come and get you. If you take one step across the line of scrimmage, he can come and get you. He can take his shot at you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so clearly Adam Gase had Coach Cutler just give it up. And unfortunately, we're all about optics in this business. Optics. And so Jay Cutler fed right into his reputation for he doesn't give a you-know-what about anything.
Yep.
So it fed right in. And so Twitter goes crazy. Did you see Jay Cutler with his hands on his hips? And I will give you this. I'm sure Jay didn't love the play call because I don't know any quarterback who loves having to trot out there to the flank and even impersonate a wide receiver because they want to be under center, taking the shotgun snap or the straight snap.
Right.
You think he loved that play call? What was it, early in the game?
You think all his teammates love him being quarterback?
No. And the truth is he's starting to look like he had retired.
Yeah.
So psychologically, he looks like his mind retired, and he's trying to get it back. And
Even standing out there, you wouldn't be excited for the play to be successful. Wouldn't you want the play to work if you're a quarterback?
Unless you're so proud of being the quarterback that you don't want that play called.
I mean, even if you run over there and let's say a guy breaks and he runs for us. I mean, you're not running downfield clapping. You're not doing none of that.
If you run downfield clapping, somebody's going to clap you.
First of all, Skip,
right?
Stop.
Well, am I right? Is somebody going to hit you?
You know what, Ray? I'm gonna tell you. My grandpa used to tell me and my brother. He said, "Boys, y'all ain't got to do nothing. Just don't do it around me."
Boy, you're full of grandfather, grandma.
Jay Cutler, you ain't got to do nothing. Just don't do it out here. You gonna put your hands on your hips. Who haven't been a part of? If you play offense, everybody has been a part of the skies. With Shannon, you don't have no. But I'm not finna go step.
Right.
Hey, but this is one guy. Don't question his toughness. There were years he was the most sacked quarterback in football, and he just kept bouncing right back up and playing another play.
I don't question his toughness. I question his desire to be great.
I'll give you that.
There are a lot of tough guys, but how many of them desire, have that burning passion? You tell me when you've seen that burning desire from him to be great and not just go pick up a check.
I've seen him be great before. I don't know if he had burning desire, but he has greatness in him because he can flat out, he can still
He got
wing
a lot of stuff in him.
Yeah.
He got a lot of stuff. You talking one hand. All right, he been great. Dude been in the league 12 years. You count on one hand how many times he been great. What about the time he been yucking it up?
What about the time the coach you love the most, Mike Shanahan, traded up in the draft to take him 11th overall?
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Mike? Huh? Why did Mike trade up to get him?
Because he didn't like the quarterback that he had. He owes it to his football team, to that organization and the fan base to try to find the best 53
So was Mike Shanahan a fool?
No.
No?
But sometimes and I tell people this all the time, you never know what you have in a player till you get him in your building and put him in that uniform. Then you'll find out. And guess what? Mike Shanahan had to find out. Lovie Smith had to find out. What's the other coach? Mark Trestman had to find out. John Fox had to find out.
Jay Cutler made a Pro Bowl for Mike Shanahan.
But think about this, Skip. There's a recurring.
Well, he did. He made a Pro Bowl.
You're a Jay Cutler fan.
Huh?
He went to Vanderbilt.
My school.
No.
Here's the thing, though.
For 2 years when he's at Vanderbilt on the old show I did, I used to say, this guy's going to be able to play in this league, and they just laughed at me. He can't play in the NFL. Oh, no? Watch.
5 coaches.
He's still in the NFL.
5 coaches and 9 offensive coordinators have lost their job. Now, what's the common denominator in all that, Skip? There's a guy that played quarterback at Vanderbilt, been in the league for 12 years.
Do you think Adam Gase is a fool? Think he's an idiot?
If he thought Jay Cutler could come out of retirement and help him get to the playoffs, he absolutely is what you just said.
Did he lose his starting quarterback? Yes, he did.
I don't care. So let me hold on. Matt Moore's been in the league. He took over for last year. Won a couple of games.
Ryan
Tannehill won you a couple of games. You gonna go get a guy out of retirement that's going to the playoff one time.
Who had his best year under your tutelage in Chicago 2 years ago.
And the mere fact that you're talking about he had his best year, which was and he didn't even finish the year. But that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about his inability to stay on the field. We're talking about his ability to be consistent. Game in and game out, year in and year out. So if Adam Gase thought that guy could come out of retirement and take him to where he needed to be, whatever you said, you asking me, do I think Adam Gase is out of his mind? I absolutely do.
Did you pick the Yankees to beat the Indians?
What does that got to do with him?
It has a lot to do. Who's on the mound for the Yankees tonight? You picked them.
I got the Indians now.
Oh, you
Vanderbilt.
changed.
No.
Sonny Gray from Vanderbilt.
I mean,
we got them everywhere. Every time you look up, somebody from Vanderbilt is doing something great in some sport.
You know, I like the name.
So now we're supporting Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
You know what? I like Sonny because we used to have a Hampshire. You know what a Hampshire is?
Yeah.
It's a hog.
Yeah.
Had one named Sonny, weighed about 580 pounds.
580.
Yeah, my grandfather sold him because, you know, he had tusks about this long.
So because of that, you like
I
Sonny
like
Gray
Sonny.
from Vanderbilt.
Ever since then, we used to ride
That makes
Sonny.
sense.
Me and my brothers used to ride Sonny in the yard.
Could you
So I
stay
like
on Sonny for very long?
Until he started picking up speed. Then he choked us off. But Jay Cutler, Skip, you need to stop this.
I'm not stopping anything. I just
Skip.
told you.
Ray,
You can't defend that. You can't defend that.
I can
That's the
defend
one thing
that.
you
I
cannot
can't
let me ask
defend
you a
this
question.
year.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen a guy come out of retirement
Yeah.
in that sport and be successful?
True. No. Once you've been out, once you've given up mentally, psychologically, once you cut the tie, you know, he was done.
It's a different
He was
game.
here.
Especially
different game.
especially a guy that showed you apathy for the game when he played,
Right.
when he was
That you
trained.
already questioned.
Yeah, you already.
Right.
So the guy gonna be kicked up with his heels. He out there with sunning it up.
Yeah.
Like he's like, Jay, we got $5 million for the comeback. Nope. Jay, we got $8 million. Nope. We got $10 million. Nope. Jay, we got $15 million. What I signed.
Right.
And I can just be me. Nobody expect me to do anything. I mean,
Did he force Adam Gase to sign?
no,
Okay.
no.
But this is Gase's mess now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Explain
choice.
yourself. If I'm Stephen Ross, I call him in the
You got
office.
to live with it now.
I'll call him in my office. Hey.
I thought you just said it was early. It's too early to panic. You just said that about.
Oh, this
my
is not
Cowboys.
changing. This is the rest of the season.
No, I ain't panicking. I got
this is
11
not-
years of tape on this.
Oh, okay.
I got 11 years of tape.
No, he's going to be the quarterback for the rest of the season. Ray, thanks for joining us.
Good luck with that, Joy.
Thank you. Cam Newton made some offensive comments yesterday. We'll discuss that next.